Familiar Wilson's Media. Relationships are the story.
You are made of meat, my friend, all the way down.
The following podcast uses words like and also. If you're not into any of that shit, then now's your chance.
3, 2, 1.
Run.
Super familiar with Wilson's. Get it!
Welcome to Super Familiar with the Wilsons. I'm Josh.
And I'm Andrew.
And that is Andrew. That is not Amanda. Amanda and Muffy are on a girls' weekend. They should be pulling into town in a couple of hours. In fact, they just crossed the Florida border. So I have Andrew sitting in, who is my middle son, and he is also known as AJCW.
Yeah, and you know what's interesting? The substitute is also AJW.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
Notably.
That's true, yep.
So y'all won't be able to tell the difference.
So folks, Andrew is AJCW, and his music has been on the podcast several times. Notably, when we have game time, his song Spawn from the Power Line is behind that thing.
A very old one, yeah.
Yeah, I like that a lot. That's like real hitting the dance floor, and there's like a drop in all of those things.
Yeah, and so that one is quite fun. The drums, I think I took the drums out of a live performance of Maxwell Silverhammer. I don't know why I had that on my computer, but
wait, are you serious?
Yeah,
I never knew that. I didn't know that.
I never brought it up, probably, but yeah, that's
so you stole from the Beatles. No wonder
stole
I like
from the
that
Beatles.
song.
Yeah, that's why it's so good. You really, you figured it out. It was it's because of the Beatles derivation.
All right, well, I'm gonna have to listen to it because like I'm remembering.
You won't be able to notice.
Well, okay.
They're just like okay, could have been any drum.
All right, very, very good. Anyway, so Andrew's here, and one of the benefits of doing this podcast that's about marriage 2.0 with kids and all the little side quests is we've got one of the kids here. I think you're the first one of our kids to appear on the podcast purposefully, and so like I can ask you a whole bunch of questions about what kind of a dad that I am. And you have to be honest because there's a microphone.
That's very true. You're never allowed to lie in the news, famously. I'm curious though, hasn't Daniel been on the cast before?
No, he never has. Why did you think he never has. Why did you think he had been? Daniel's the oldest son, by the way. No. Nope.
I'm mistaken. All right.
No, you're the first one.
I'm the first one. It's a privilege. I've always wanted to be recognized for my talent in talking. I'm quite good at it.
You're so full of crap. Are you comfortable doing this or no? You don't really do stuff. Like you do music, but you don't sing or anything.
No, I mean I do, but like no one hears it.
It's the best.
Very very private. Very private. I think I've posted a few tracks with some heavily modified vocals in there. So because I'll twist up samples anyway. Hold on, this is about what kind of dad you are.
Yeah, no, but actually, it is one question that I have for you. I've always been into music, right? I've always played the guitar and made music on the computer and written songs and this and that. Do you do music because I did music?
Yeah, probably.
Oh, but not, you say probably, so it wasn't an intentional thing like you thought, oh, my dad's so freaking cool, I want to be just like him, so I'm going to do music.
That you're right, though. Actually, that kind of came later. First, it was Jacob.
Okay.
Someone else named Jacob who made music, which, now that I'm saying this out loud, it's kind of funny that you made music my whole childhood, and then I guess it just didn't faze me, and then the moment this kid Jacob made music.
So this is just like a
friend of mine from middle school. I was like, I want to be like Jacob. Now that is kind of messed up. Now that I lay it out there, it is a little bit messed up. But you certainly had an influence over the type of music that I enjoyed and the type of production I was familiar with mentally before I ever started. So like things like Passion Pit and whatnot, where that's really electronic, and the use of, and there's a lot of things I could say, but overall it gives you a general sense that combined with maybe like the Minecraft soundtrack and some like house music came out of that. All out of that came my music.
So I never intentionally tried to force making music or doing music on you or your brother. And then your brother's way into the visual arts, which I'm into as well. And I also never tried, like, in other words, I never tried to push my interest, like what I like to do, onto you guys. Never. In fact, I kind of shied away from it because I didn't want to be like the little league dad, you know, trying to relive the glory days and all that bullshit. So I was really like intrigued when you started to pick it up, when you started to do it. My memory is that you did it because of you liked video game music, like Plants vs. Zombies, and you were like, I want to make this music. I think I really like this music. That's how I remember it.
Yeah. So, so a little bit more detail than that, because those are sort of what I pulled inspiration from, and that's a good example. You said Plants vs. Zombies. That's Laura Shigehara. That soundtrack is really funky, but it still has a basis of like traditional music theory and piano music that you'd hear just played in a bar, you know.
Piano music that you'd hear just played in a bar.
Sure, like in a cartoon though.
Oh, in a cartoon bar. Great.
You know,
very good.
But apart from her, I'd mentioned C418 as well, and of course his music is...
you're way into C418.
Oh, yeah. And it's heavily...
influenced?
Heavily influenced me, but he himself was heavily influenced by people like Aphex Twin in terms of their ambience. So there's a lot of piano, a lot of orchestral stuff, but still a lot of synth work and synthesis and cool sounds and stuff like that. So what was the original question though?
Yeah,
I just started going off.
Yeah, no. This is a little
you
window.
Gotta be careful. I can talk about this music shit for years and years.
Little window into my son Andrew. What was the question? It oftentimes happens in conversations. I just remember when you first started, man, you were bad. It was awful. It was so bad.
And I thought it was good too. That's the funny thing about it. Oh, I remember what I was going to say. The thing that really catalyzed a lot of the music I made early on wasn't actually the video game stuff like you mentioned, although that was the influence. It was my friend Eve made films and would feature my friend Jacob's music, and I had FOMO. That's literally like FOMO actually got me up off the couch, you know?
Jealousy, yep.
Jealousy and FOMO. One of the number one points of inspiration for millions across history.
Yes.
And so I would try to make these, because Eve would make like these jump scare centric films back in the day, because like one of her films got like a lot of views on Vimeo, and it was like a jump scare oriented one. And so I just started churning out these like stupid tracks where it would have like this big jump scare halfway through, and I would just send them to Eve and just like unprompted and just hope that one of them, she would be like, this kid has some good ideas. Let me feature this in like one of the stupid videos. And it did happen once or twice, but the result of that is that a lot of those songs were just like really hilariously bad.
So let's. I do want to do this though. I want you to mention like how people can hear your music, and the thing with Eve's stuff is Eve created this web series, The Monument Mythos, that like is very like popular, like niche popular, but very popular. Like you've had like millions of listens and views on your songs, haven't you?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So
that's crazy, and I'm now jealous that you've had like millions of people listening to your songs.
I think the correct thing for a dad to feel is proud. Actually,
I'm very proud of you. This is not some weird Shakespearean thing where I'm gonna sneak up on you at night and strangle you in your sleep because I'm jealous.
Yeah. Well, I'll keep one eye open regardless. But yeah. So at its peak, the series it had, I think, because it went viral. A couple of the videos, and then a few influencers made like explainer videos that got really, really even more viral than the videos, paradoxically. And so as a result, And since then, for context, it's kind of tampered off in terms of popularity. It still has a solid audience, but it's not like at its peak. It was like videos were getting like 4 million plays or whatnot.
That's crazy.
Yeah, no, it was very interesting, and it was very fun being caught up in that. I think that's something that more kids in my generation are experiencing, is these like, I mean, it's not unique to the internet, but it's amplified by the internet. The whole like, was it 15 minutes of fame? Is that what it's called?
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, these days it's more like 15 seconds because our attention span is so much shorter.
Yeah, no, I mean, it is in some ways, and in other ways, like especially with series like this, if you garner a community, that can last years and years. Especially, it's analog horror adjacent content, and which is its own whole circle online, and a lot of them skew younger. So there's a lot of it's been like 5 years. A lot of them have graduated high school while being fans of this series, and so it's kind of imprinted into them, and that's something that, and of course that then my music thusly is imprinted into them.
I love that, like, to them, you're this old guy.
Yeah, no, I've had to think about that more and more as time has gone on. The moment, because I watch YouTubers and listen to musicians my whole childhood, and so the moment that they started to be younger than me was before I graduated. I remember Tommy Innit, I Show Speed. These were like huge YouTubers, and they were like a year below me. And I was like, "What's going on? This can't be happening."
You just wait.
I know.
I'm
it's gonna
just
keep happening.
Mocking you right now for. There's some people a couple years younger that. Oh, get out of here, dude.
No, don't worry. I get it. Was this why everyone was mad at Justin Bieber back in the day?
I don't know.
Because he was young, and they were like,
listen.
Cringe.
When Justin Bieber started, I was already old. So.
Exactly. That's what I mean. And then I'm sure there was some envy involved with that. I was like, well, this kid is getting all famous at 13. I could have done that. Something special.
I could not have done that. So anyway, so people can go on like Apple Music and Spotify and all these different places, and they look up AJCW, which Amanda always gets wrong, by the way. Listeners,
very ironic
that Amanda always gets, and it's just his initials. So there's that. But just go find AJCW, listen to his music, and just enjoy like how talented and amazing it is. It blows me away. It blows, especially when you sit down and you do like proper songs instead of just like the atmospheric noise stuff, which I recognize is good. It's just my thing. Like I said, I'm old, and so I like songs that sound like songs. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's not offensive to you, is it? Because it's
not at all.
Coming out of my mouth, it sounds offensive.
No, well, I don't listen to ambience, I do when I'm doing homework, but if I want to listen to music, I'm not going to the kind of stuff I make,
Yeah, there you go.
I mean, I am, but not the ambient stuff. I definitely gravitate towards stuff with a structure, with a beat that's danceable, with good lyrics. Just like anyone else.
But anyway, that's not why you're on. You're on to let the folks know what kind of a father that I was and what kind of a father that I am. And I want to give the opportunity to tell the audience whatever you want to tell them about me. Like, for example, the worst thing I've ever done as a dad to you. I'm really opening myself up here.
Okay, well, this is a safe space. Don't worry. I think I'll tell the one that gets brought up a lot.
The one that I feel really guilty about?
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, that one. So there were these like twig things, like this fake plant or a real dead plant, something along those lines.
Yes.
And it was found outside while Daniel and I were playing indoors. And
they were found like in a container outside, like all crapped up.
Yeah. And
I found them.
Yes. And you were very much displeased to find them in that state outside. And, I want to say logically assumed that one of us had done that. And you decided to get to the bottom of it, whether we liked it or not. And so you put us in timeout in the living room. I remember this part well. Both of our backs were against the wall, and we were like 4 feet away from each other. Like I don't even know. Like you had lined us up outside in a prison yard or something like that.
Oh my God!
And you were like, no, nothing's gonna happen until one of you confesses. And
this is so bad.
And I knew I didn't do it, so I was like, you better confess, Daniel. Like I don't want to be here all day. I got like puzzles to solve. I got coloring books, a big stack of coloring books to fill in. Very busy today. You can't be holding me up like this. And they'll just looked at me like, what is your angle? Like, why aren't you just admitting it, Andrew? Like, what's going on? And so we were furious with each other. You had successfully pit us against each other.
Yes. It's the prison yard thing. It's like, that's what you do is you pit them.
You get in the fight?
No, you just...
I haven't looked into prisons in a while. I don't know if that's legal anymore.
And what did I tell you what did I tell you?
Well, essentially, nothing was happening. And
right.
Neither of us were admitting to the crime we obviously, one of us had committed. So.
I knew that one of you did it.
And so our dad had a brilliant gambit, which was lying. He claimed that there was a security camera outside that we had no knowledge of. And that he already knew, of course. He already knew. Classic negotiating. I already know you're guilty. Just admit it, bud. All right? Just admit it. So,
which, by the way, such a dumb thing. Like, like I really must have thought that you were stupid. Like both of you were just dumb as rocks. For me to say, I know which one of you did it. Just admit it.
Well, the fascinating thing about what you just said is that we were dumb as rocks. Because we were like 7 and 8, right?
Oh God!
So we were, and it worked on us as a result. I was fully convinced that there was a security camera outside. Maybe there was a shred of doubt, but largely, I just still thought it was Daniel, and so I was like, "All right, it's the jig's up, Daniel. Like there's the cameras. Like, come on, you got to admit now." And shocker, we didn't admit. Neither of us decided to falsely claim that it was us, and this went on for a while.
I was like 3 seconds away from reenacting the Michael Jackson bad video, with the yard fight there. Go ahead.
Okay. I'm sorry, I don't know that one, but definitely show that to me after. I'm sure I'll save my laughter for that. I'm sure it was a great bit. I'm familiar with the song, if that helps.
So we come to find out what?
We come to find out that, well, our mom gets home and sees the prison yard situation and is a little bit confused, wants to know, like, what we broke, what on earth could we have done wrong. And our dad explained to her the crime we had committed, which was moving the dead plant outdoors.
And messing them up.
Admittedly, yes. And as it turns out, it was her. She didn't want him anymore, so she put him outside. Which, to be fair, that doesn't really make sense either. But,
I still feel so guilty about that. I just want you to know that I still I feel like I need to apologize to you right now again, because that was just really, really, really bad parenting on my part.
No, it wasn't great, but and I say this a lot whenever you bring this up and whenever you mention you feel bad about it. I've never felt so much unity with Daniel in that moment.
Great.
When it turned out that the whole thing was BS. It was class consciousness. The kid unity. We were right all along, and it was actually our dad's fault. And that's the thing about dads is that they don't make mistakes, generally speaking.
Well, I disabused you of that really early, which actually then is a favor that I did for you.
Well, this is what I was going to say. Well, two things. First of all, it really humanized you.
Yes.
Which, we didn't I didn't fully get to appreciate that until I was an adult. Because when I was a kid, I was just hype. I was like, no way, I was right.
Yes.
We rarely ever win. You rarely win against your dad on things. Typically, they're right no matter what. But in this instance, we were objectively in the right, and that felt excellent. So that's why it really wasn't traumatizing at all. It was invigorating. But the other thing that this story does, especially considering we framed it as the worst thing you've ever done, it really wasn't that bad. So I think that goes to show a lot about how you were as a dad, that this was one of your biggest mistakes. I think this would be pretty low on the list for a lot of the dads that I hear about from like my friends and my peers and just random people online or on TV talking about their parents. It's usually a lot worse than that. A lot of you never punished us physically or anything like that.
I was close though. I was really close that
Yeah?
day. Yeah, no, we almost got there.
Okay, well, I'm glad we didn't cross that barrier. So,
yeah. Well, anyway, I'll just say this: we have little Winthrop now, and I've learned all of the lessons that I need to learn from you and Daniel, so that I don't make those mistakes with Winthrop. And I still do make mistakes with Winthrop. So there you go.
Well, yeah, mistakes are inevitable. I think if you are raised with parents who are literally perfect, which has never happened, but theoretically speaking, I don't know. I think you'd get a complex as an adult. You get thrown into the world and people start acting irrationally, and you're like, huh? I thought like everyone was perfect. I didn't know people made mistakes.
Yeah, well, you're safe from that.
Thank goodness.
What time is it? Dan, boo!
All right, that music is by you, and that music tells us that it is game time. And Andrew, you are going to play the Flashbacks Quiz, which is something that we do often here on the Old Stinkin' Show. And basically what it is you got to tell me when something happens in history. So I'm going to give you an event. That's going to be your anchoring event. And then I'm going to give you events after that, and you have to figure out where they fit on a timeline. Now, to make it harder, when I play this game, I try to guess close to whatever date it was.
Yeah.
You don't have to do
bonus
that.
Points.
Yeah, but you don't get bonus points. All you have to do is say it's before this one and after that one. Okay, so I'm going to give you your anchoring event, right? You get this one for free. Now, if you want to guess when this happened, feel free. Okay?
Sure.
Okay, your anchoring event is George Eastman wants an easier way to take vacation photos, so he invents the first Kodak camera. When do you think that happened?
1900s. Let's say like the first Kodak camera.
Yeah.
60s.
All right, it is 1888.
Wow.
So on your little paper there in the middle of the paper, right? 1888 and then Kodak camera. That'll just help you keep track of where things go. All right. So now this one, you're going to have to tell me, is it before or after the Kodak camera? Ready?
Yeah.
Okay. The actress Faye Emerson debuts as one of the first late-night talk show TV hosts. She takes the radical approach of combining comedy with politics. Is that before or after the Kodak camera?
After.
Okay. So after is correct. Do you want to just guess a date?
50s?
1949.
Okay.
So right.
Very good.
No, you probably want to write it on the other side of that timeline.
This is newer. This is older.
Okay, you're doing it opposite. Very good. All right, so 1949, first late-night TV talk show host. Next one. Sumerians. So
over here?
Yeah. Create one of the first board games where players race around a track. The rules: roll the dice. Oops.
Squeeze me?
The rules. The thing just disappeared.
It disappeared.
Yes, the rules are. Oh, now I want to know this though. Roll some dice and
some
move,
stuff
move
happens.
something. So when do you think that happened?
That would my guess is 6000 BC.
It is 2500 BCE.
20, so like 250,000. Okay, all right.
No, not 250, 2500. So
20
2500 BCE.
Yeah, I talk weird, but I know
Yes.
that. Yeah.
All right. So far you're 3 for 3. Of course, you've gotten very easy ones. So let's see what we can do here. You're probably going to want to leave a little bit more room between 1888 and 2500 BCE. No, you've done it. All right, here we go.
Too late.
France declares war on Britain. Britain moves troops from its U.S. colonies to defend the territory it cares about even more, the Caribbean. When did that happen?
The Caribbean. That would be in the 1700s.
All right, so you want to put that in between Kodak camera and the Sumerians.
Yes, and it's probably actually, if not early 1700s, 1600s.
All right, well, you did get the placement correct, but it's 1778.
Okay, all right.
So you were more correct in your first guess. So 1778, British moves troops to the Caribbean.
I'll just get rid of Sumer if I need to.
Okay.
If that becomes problematic.
Next one. A musician writes a song about his friend's midnight plane to Houston. The lyrics evolve and become Gladys Knight's Midnight Train to Georgia. When do you think Gladys Knight's song Midnight Train to Georgia was written?
Well, they had trains.
Yes.
So
probably not Sumeria.
Yeah, almost definitely.
Or Sumer, I think. Not Sumeria. I think it's Sumer. Doesn't matter.
Let's see. I'm gonna say like after TV host.
All right. So after 1949, you want to guess a date?
Nope.
Not
Not this time.
It is 1973.
Okay.
So you did get that correct. And in the 70s, they did have trains.
Indeed, they did.
All right. You ready for the next one?
Yeah.
To keep invaders out, competing Chinese states built barriers that later became the Great Wall. That helps them focus on their real enemies, one another. I'm glad that they united to make the wall, and then they could just continue to beat the crap out of each other.
That's the story of China, is the various warring states periods.
Okay, very good.
Of which there are many.
So where does that event go, do you think?
Well, that's the thing, is there were many warring states periods, and I don't know which one they built the wall in. So if I had to guess...
You do.
I think it happened before the British troops and after Sumer. And
Okay.
I think it's probably BC.
Okay.
I'm gonna put Sumer over here. It's happening.
All right.
Sumer
So
game.
the real answer is 400 BCE.
Oh, lovely.
Very good.
Lovely.
So you have gotten 6 out of 6 so far. You're doing great. This is where I start to screw up, though, near the last couple, because
There's a
running
lot
out
of dots now.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right, here we go. The Mona Lisa is stolen. It isn't very popular, so no one actually notices until the next day. The theft is what makes the painting famous. Did not know that. When do you think that happened?
Well, this was during the Renaissance.
Okay.
And it wasn't famous yet. Gosh, interesting. But it would be famous. It would be famous like 100 years after, I would think.
Okay.
So, it's either before or after the British troops. That's rough. I'm going to say before.
Before the British, so before
1778.
I think you might be safe. No, incorrect. 1911.
Wow. They were sleeping on the Mona Lisa.
I know
That's
it.
crazy.
All right, so let's see.
19 what?
That was 1911. All right, here we
Gosh.
go. As Lewis and Clark trekked through the As Lewis and Clark trek to the Pacific, a canoe nearly capsizes. The team's papers and tools are saved by its quick-thinking interpreter, Sacagawea.
Well, so that was That would be after the revolution. So I'm going to say before 1888, after 1778.
All right, let's see. Correct, 1805. You ready for your last one?
Last one. Wow, okay.
You're 6 for 7 right now. You've only gotten one wrong. All right, here we go. President Millard Fillmore sends U.S. gunboats to Japan, forcing it to open up for trade. This helps to later end the rule of shoguns and samurai. This is a hard one, I think.
It is. Did you name the president?
Millard Fillmore. Sounds like a brand of refrigerator.
That's President Fillmore?
Yes.
That's a president? Are you sure that's a president?
Dude, Millard Fillmore. I got it right here.
I've never heard of a president. I know the presidents, and I've never heard of a Fillmore. I'm crazy.
Yes, you are.
I must have forgotten that one. Now, is that after the Kodak camera is the question? Because I think it was definitely before the Mona Lisa was stolen. Since the United States. So, yeah, I'm going to say after Kodak, before. No. Before Kodak camera. After 1805.
Okay, so, all right. That's a thin window there. Let's see. And correct. Yes. 1852. Yes. Very, very good. So you got 7 out of 8 events correct. So that's a score of 24 out of 28. Don't ask me how they compute that, but that's what happens. And the hang on now. Stop it.
How is 7 out of 8 equal to 24 out of 28?
Dude, this is how the New York Times does things. I don't know what to tell you.
Maybe the scores are weighted differently.
Probably. So anyway, there you go. That was our Flashbacks quiz. How did you all do out there? Did you do better than Andrew?
Hey.
No one likes to be told what to do.
And now is the time in the program where we tell you what to do. Andrew, what should we do?
Well, about a year ago, I watched a show called Severance, and it was really cool. So watch that. It was a good show. There's an album I just listened to called Sound from the Window by Evan Wright. And that was a really good album. So I recommend listening to that.
What's the style?
I don't know. it's like
electronic or
it's like folky kind of maybe like, but it's definitely like high production kind of stuff. There's a few electronic elements in there, but just really intricate sounds. It's very relaxing, kind of slow, like kind of whispery sort of vocals. I'm using a lot of descriptors because, again, I really don't know what the primaries would be. But yeah, it's good. So listen to it.
All right. Well, very good. Thank you, Andrew. Appreciate it.
You're welcome.
All right, Andrew. That's all there is. There is
really?
No more. What did you think of that mess?
It was fun, you know? I think I'm funnier somehow when I'm talking to the microphone.
Oh, okay.
I don't know why, and I don't know if that was like, I don't think I was like that funny, but I don't know. It's different. Maybe I should be a streamer and live in my room all day.
Don't you kind of do that anyway? No, you don't. You have a job.
That's so rude.
No, yes.
A little bit, but people aren't watching me, so that's different. It's one big difference. No, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to keep doing what I've been doing.
All right. Well, very good. Well, this show could not be accomplished without the contributions from the following people. We'd like to thank Matt, who played John. We'd like to thank Leo, who took the role of Swen. We'd like to thank Josh Scar, who today played the role of Andrew. Antonio, of course, played the role of Harold. Danny Buckets played the role of Edward. Chicken Tom.
I love that guy.
Chicken Tom was Leonard. Monique from Germany played the role of Thomas. Refined Gay Jeff was Carl. Mark and Rachel, they both played the role of the donkey. And Gavin and Dan played themselves. Of course, we'd also like to thank Joey. And hopefully you will return to us next week when Amanda will be with us.
Yeah, and I just want to say my favorite thing about, I forgot his name, Chicken Tom. My favorite thing about him, I know him well, and his first name is Chicken on his birth certificate. And if we want to talk about bad fathers.
Oh, no. Chicken Tom is a friend of mine, and he's a good father, so stop right there.
Oh, okay. I thought it was a bit.
No, it's not a bit.
We're gonna delete that then. I thought that was a list of made up names. To be funny.
Those are real people names.
Although is his first name really Chicken?
It is Chicken Charles Tom is his full name.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Why is his name Chicken? I'm okay with it. I'm just like, who?
All right. Well, Andrew and I are gonna figure this one out. We'll talk to you next week.